Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict Palantir stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Palantir stock has experienced a deep correction in the past 2 days, but the stock price was pulled back to a certain height by the bulls at the close. This shows that the market does not want the stock price to fall, and the signal of bulls maintaining the stock price is obvious. Although the bears tried to suppress the rise in the stock price, judging from the trading volume, the funds that have accumulated outflow from the market in the past 2 days do not seem to be much. Through the 30-minute chart of the stock, we can see that the sharp drop in the stock price on May 6th caused a large number of transactions to be released in the market, but the signal of bull capital intervening in the stock was very obvious. A large number of chips were sold again in the morning of the next day, but they were eaten up by the bulls again and further pushed up the stock price. The question now is whether the bull capital that pushed the stock price rebound in the past 2 days has withdrawn from the market. The stock did show signs of capital selling in the past 2 days, but this did not lead to a sharp drop in the stock price, indicating that the bulls are still in control of the situation. Based on the current market situation, this wave of selling may continue for 1 to 2 trading days, and the stock price may even fall below the level of $114.80, but there seems to be long capital supporting the stock price in the area below the price. So the stock's callback price may not deviate too much from $114.80, and the bulls may once again block the shorts in the area of $114.80 to $105.60. Through the position distribution data of the stock, we can see that there are still a large number of positions distributed in the area below $105.60, but the position volume in this area has indeed decreased a lot in the past week, indicating that part of the long capital that entered the market at a low level has withdrawn from the market. In contrast, the position volume of the stock in the area of $105.60 to $125.30 has increased significantly in the past week, but the current price of the stock is still above this area, indicating that the bulls have not lost their position. But we also see that the stock is currently facing the dual pressure of profit-making capital and locked-in capital selling, and the performance of the stock's intraday stock price in the past 2 days seems to prove this. But the sharp correction of the stock last week seems to have attracted a large number of long capital to enter the market to take over the chips again. Since the profit margin of these long positions is limited, it is expected that these long forces are unlikely to exit the market. So it seems that it is not easy for short sellers to significantly lower the stock price. Recently, 2 things seem to have a positive impact on the stock. Bank of America strongly praised Palantir Technologies in its latest research report and raised its target price to the highest level on Wall Street. Analyst Mariana Perez Mora wrote in a report to clients, "While general tools have some value, we always remind investors that Palantir's core value lies in the large-scale development of customized, result-oriented AI products. We believe that Palantir is defining the market standard for how companies can use AI to achieve substantial results." Perez Mora reiterated the buy rating and raised the target price from $125 to $150. The analyst stressed that Palantir's latest quarterly earnings report proves that its product deployment speed and customer conversion scale continue to improve. In addition, the recently enacted Modern Defense Acquisition and Innovation Act will benefit Palantir because this bill is a major change in the way the U.S. Department of Defense handles defense contract bidding. Despite Perez Mora's strong promotion of Palantir stock, Wall Street analysts have given Palantir a neutral overall rating in the past 3 months, and the average price target given is only $102.10, which is far below the current price. Another thing is that Palantir's former chief accounting officer Heather A. Planishek bought 10,000 shares of Palantir stock at a price of $1,161,400 on May 8, 2025. According to the Form 4 filing filed with the SEC, Planishek controls a total of 66,136 Class A common shares of the company, of which 58,006 shares are held directly and 8,130 shares are held indirectly. This is the option data based on the distribution of strike prices for Palantir stock expiring on May 16th. We can see that the stock has a higher proportion of call option transactions. The strike price range with a higher proportion of call option transactions is between $117 and $130. The strike price range with a higher proportion of put option transactions is between $118 and $100. This reflects that most investors who pay attention to Palantir believe that the stock will rise further based on the current price in the short term and may hit the $130 level. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. The market has become very cautious in the past 2 days. Even on Monday, when large technology stocks generally rose, the stock closed up less than 1%, indicating that the stock has once again felt some correction pressure at the current price level. However, the stock accumulated a lot of long capital in the low area in April, and these long capitals do not seem to have completely exited the market. In addition, the stock generated a large number of transactions again when the stock price fell sharply last week. While a large amount of funds flowed out of the market, it seemed that a large amount of funds also flowed into the stock. So the stock is currently in the $105.60 to $114.80 area, and there should be long capital supporting the stock price. Of course, if the stock price falls below this area, then investors can consider whether the stock is about to enter a downtrend, but I think the probability of further rise is greater. I think this wave of selling will not cause the stock price to deviate too much from $114.80, and then the stock will rise further, and the target price may be around $130. Okay, guys, this is my price forecast for Palantir Technologies stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.